The Indianapolis 500 is more than just a race. It's a legend, a cultural icon. For those that compete, a hunger.
This is, and always will be, the greatest spectacle in racing.
I started drinking at 6 a.m. We're here now. I don't know what time it is, but I'm rolling deep, and those cars are going real fast, real fast.
It's 500 for everybody to see. Ready right here.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Indianapolis 500 podcast of Borg Warner Production, as today is a very special day, not just because we had to take almost what felt like a 3 or 4 day long break, and part of that was because we were supposed to be posting content during that time, but I had some very big life events happen, so I just thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to take the weekend off. I do get that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were very sleepy in the IndyCar world. We did have a few big news stories come out, but it was really just a dead week. And I mean, a really dead week. And I should have, and going into the later half, especially around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll have the Yellow Shirt documentary come out. Then we'll have some other stuff come out as well, including drivers you might have forgot one, the Indy 500, stuff kind of like that. But this week, overall, in the IndyCar world, was dead week. We did actually have a lot of press conference drama that I really thought was really in the forefront, because as drivers were taking this week-long break to not only get themselves prepared, but to also get themselves open and ready for the Indianapolis 500, which is coming up in a few weeks. There really have been a lot of stuff that's been going on, a lot of small things. But I will say that the new push-to-pass rule was maybe the biggest elephant in the entire room going into this week. As not only is it a problem that we are not only seeing this rule come out, it's going to allow for more passing and more obstruct driving, which I do think is positive in some ways if you're racing on a road course. The new rule really is implemented everywhere else, but it hasn't been implemented in Indianapolis in I think about 10 years. I'm not for sure, but the whole idea of it was just very off the hinges, off the rails, and many drivers have not liked it, and it's really pushed over into the press conferences where Alex Palou, Kyle Kirkwood, and Pato O'Ward began to talk about the push-to-pass rule, which took place at Long Beach, but they were really feisty about it. They really didn't seem to like anything to do with it, and as you hear in this press conference, there really was some exchanges going on.
Surprised that only half of the grid used it. Very surprised.
Well, you guys must have an indicator because like all your cars used it.
No, Scott didn't.
No, I know, but the Shane cars did. You guys did. The 8 car.
The 9 didn't use it.
He must have not seen that indicator.
Oh, okay. I pressed it.
He just...
I pressed it 3 times, and I'm surprised I didn't press it more. There's only 3 straight, so... yeah, I don't know. I'm very surprised as well that they pinpointed at every single car that used it when it was not our fault. It was IndyCar's fault.
All right, let's set the record straight. Everybody would have used it if they known it was active. Like every driver would have. I wish I would have known it was on because I would have used it. So.
I got told.
You got told that it's active and to not use it?
No.
Why?
No or yes?
I did not use it.
Why?
But you were told it was on.
Well, because you know the rule, man.
Where's the rule?
The rule of, well, that's the problem why they changed the rule.
No, the rule is that it won't be active.
But it doesn't say that
it doesn't say that you will penalize.
I get it.
Oh, okay. It's a big difference.
No, I know. It's not explicit that the drivers cannot use it if the software allows.
Okay, somebody in IndyCar f***s up and it's my fault.
No, I'm not saying it's your fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Because the thing is that if Rosenquist overtakes me and I lose the win, it's like, oh, we're very sorry.
no.
We're going to change the rule now.
No, like, I get it.
And it's very different.
Not only
I
is
think
that
it's very-
just
the
not
confusion
even the
here,
tip of
it's
the
very
iceberg,
different to what
but
happened
hopefully
last
it
year
doesn't
or 2
result
years
in any
ago. Was
drama
it
going
last year?
into Indianapolis 500 weekend where people are going to be up in arms about everything. We don't want a repeat of 2025 where there was a lot of drama going on in the race. So as the time goes on, and as the pace goes on, we hope to see more clean, friendly driving from everybody involved. And we know that the push to pass the push rule is very, very important. If many of you know, if many of you don't know what the pass to push rule is, it's very common in the sport of IndyCar to have this rule happen. Basically, it's a new rule that was implemented this month as IndyCar has updated its push to pass rules to allow the 60-second horsepower boost on race restarts. Effective on the May 9th, which is tomorrow, IMS road course race, the driver controlled system increases turbocharger boost for faster acceleration on road/street courses, with usage permitted once cars pass the alternate start-finish line, simplifying regulations after a software failure incident at Long Beach. And there was a whole video that explains it. I'll play here in a minute, but in 2024, this was a new rule that was implemented, and because of the new software glitch that was going on, that's the reason why there's going to be more speed instead of passing. There's going to be more turbocharge than there will be acceleration. So it's all based on the computers and it's based on the system, but it will allow for 60 extra pieces of horsepower to be used for overtaking or defending on road course positions, which resulted in that argument with Kyle Kirkwood, Pato O'Ward, in that argument. But road and street course circuits have seen it, but not the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Even F1 didn't have anything like this when they were racing over at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And because of this software glitch, which took place, if many don't know, that made the system available to 12 drivers during a lap 62 restart, IndyCar ultimately had decided to formalize the usage of the system on restarts rather than penalize teams. And so how it works is it has a lot of limitations, including that each driver has a set limited amount of time they can use to boost their cars per race. And it's activated by button on the steering wheel, providing an instant boost to the turbocharger. And it requires careful management to balance offensive passing opportunities with defensive needs. Basically, they're like, if you want to put it in this term, you know how in the sport of basketball that you want to set a screen or you want a set to set a motion. Basically, if you're running a defense that or offense that's going to be pushing the pace, you don't want to push too far, but they're not wanting to but the refs are not wanting to penalize the basketball players for wanting to go too turbocharged under the basket or be too fast under the basket, so they make a rule like a 3-second violation if they're going too fast or too slow. This video will explain it best.
Hey guys, it's Adam Robazzini here. I'm with Meyer Shank Racing. Today we're going to be talking about push to pass and how it works. Push to pass is this button here that says overtake. And what it essentially is, you press this button, the driver when he's out there, and it relays a signal to the ECU, which is essentially the brain of the car, and it makes the turbochargers push more air through the engine to create a boost of power. So this is Felix's wheel, and each driver is specific to where they want it. Felix has push to pass on either side of the wheel, here and there. Like I said, we can lay this button out to wherever any driver wants it, so it's very driver specific. So with the push to pass, it's not just you have unlimited access for the driver to use. Each track's different. IndyCar dictates how much you have, and it ranges from 150 to 200 seconds. So there's a lot of strategy that goes involved with it on when to use it, how much to use it, at what time to use. You would use push to pass in an instant where you're trying to make a pass on someone, defend or someone, or coming out of the corner.
Going into the weekend, there's going to be a very exciting race that's going to be going on, and that is the Sonsio GP, where Alex Palou takes full stride in being not just the top dog in the race, but he dominated the first race practice of the day, as they think will be a second practice later today. But Alex Palou led the way and really just steamrolled his way through the first practice session at the Sonsio Grand Prix in Grand Marais Hall, was in second place, Kyle Kirkwood in third, Felix Rosenquist in fourth, David Malukis fifth, Kiffin Simpson sixth, Marcus Armstrong seventh, Scott Dixon eighth, Alexander Rossi nine. What am I kidding? Alexander Rossi, Christian Lundgaard 10, Marcus Ericsson 11, Lewis Foster 12, Christian Rasmussen 13th, Will Power 14th, Pat Allward 15th, Nolan Siegel 16th, Scott McLaughlin 17th, Dennis Hoiger 18th, Kaio Collette 19th, Santino Ferrucci the 20th spot. And then some drivers that had some really tough practice today include Roman Grosjean at number 21 and Mick Schumacher at number 22. There was also an incident earlier with, I believe it was Kiffin Simpson, had something go on in the back of his car as soon as the practice had started. But I think he got those problems all squared away and he finished the spot that he did for 555 total laps run by everybody. But Joseph Newgarden was in 23rd, Rinus VeeKay 24th, and Stingray Robb rounds out the group at number 25 in dead last. And so that was the result of the first practice session for this Grand Prix going into the Sonsio Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's road course, which was, if many know, the road course where a lot of F1 drivers used to race back in the day before all the tire wars had started, and that pretty much steamrolled and really just made everything a lot worse. If you notice, the big improvement on turn 3 is that instead of passing on that turn 3 mark to just go so fast where you basically all that G-force is just spitting in your face like it did during F1. If you watch the F1 Grand Prix in 2004, you'll see what I mean. They would get off the chute at turn 3 and then go at so much speed that they would have to just go quick from turn 1 going into turn 4, and then it would slow them down as soon as they had to make the first turn on the road course. And then it just steamrolled from there, where the whole point of the F1 drivers was to go so quick, but also go so slow at the same time that it would impact speed and duration. But not only was this a big day for not just the grand start of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but it's also big because guess what? We get to have perfect conditions this weekend. It's currently close to 60 here in Indiana. It will be 72 today near my neck of the woods. And it really is abnormal weather for the month of May. Last year it was really nice during the Indianapolis 500. Probably the nicest it had ever been in recent years. And it was 68 degrees in May. What the projected weather is going to look like this weekend is very luxurious for this time of year. And part of that's because there's been a cold front in Colorado with snow caked in the back. And so it's really nice weather, beautiful. If you want to get out, because it's really, really nice out. But Alex Palou, on the other hand, with this race, started the entire practice session today with a 1 minute 10.0904 second fast lap time for the practice today. And not only is, like I was mentioning earlier, cooler temperatures posed setup challenges for some teams, as the temperature was 57 with track temperature being 62 under sunny skies at the start of the 64-mile session. But also that there's also going to be a second practice today on Fox Sports 1. That's what I thought. Graham Rahal had a great practice today. Kyle Kirkwood was really trying to keep up with Alex Palou, and Felix Rosenquist had finished in fourth. But Chip Ganassi overall had a great start today as they won the last 4 races on the IMS road course, hoping to defend their title with a 5th on the road course and their first. And you have to remember that they are the race team that is also looking for bragging rights once the Indy 500 starts, as Alex Palou, who raced for Chip Ganassi last year, won the championship in dominating fashion, has a chance to maybe go back-to-back this year, which has not happened since Dario Franchitti in 2012 and 2013. So keep that in mind. It's going to be really just a dominating week for everybody involved, and will we have the documentaries and that sort of stuff come out later? We might have another podcast coming out later today about the Indianapolis practice session, the second practice session, and then tomorrow we'll be right back with post-race coverage after the Sonsio Grand Prix. And believe it or not, today's the first day of the WNBA season. The Cubs are red hot, but there's no Indiana Pacers in the playoff. That was really exciting last year when the Pacers made it to the playoff. But it's going to be really nice, really beautiful weekend. Get out if you can. Really beautiful temperatures out because it might not be like this for a while. And I just said the race projections. I mean, this is just the projections. There's just no definitive answer at this current moment. But when the Indianapolis 500 starts on May 24th, the 24th day looks really nice again. Another 69-degree, partly cloudy day again at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, according to the people at AccuWeather. It's gotta be beautiful temps to go back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway again, which is just perfect because the heat doesn't ramp up until June. And so the 24th is going to look like beautiful weather. Same with the 23rd, which will be Legends Day. 69 degrees and sunny. And then the 22nd, 67 degrees and sunny. And so the only day it's going to get really rained out is going to be the 19th and the 20th from what it looks like. Yeah, it's really nice out. Get out if you can. Because we have 3 weeks left until the Indianapolis 500. And things are really ramping up. We'll be right back with you guys with the second practice session after 1 p.m. I think it's currently going on right now. But we're going to get on that. And we're going to be right back probably tonight or tomorrow talking about the second practice. And then we're for sure coming back tomorrow for the conclusion of the Sonsio Grand Prix at the Indianapolis Road Course. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And let's go racing.